Well, welcome to my live broadcast. I don't know what to call this thing, but nevertheless, my name is Stephanie D. McKenzie, and I am with The Relationship Firm, and you can find me at therelationshipfirm.com. Over the years, we've done these things that I like to call celebrity love notes. And so they're normally on our website. If you go to blog.therelationshipfirm.com, you can see all of these celebrity love notes, everything from notes to Tanya Banks of Little Women to Josh Altman of Million Dollar Listing, and then oldies but goodies, Ocho Cinco and Evelyn, et cetera, et cetera. And the purpose of these love notes is to talk to celebrities about their relationship issues, which are usually a lot. They usually have a lot going on. And so today I want to talk to you literally about what I told Rob Kardashian. And as you know, there's been this big brouhaha about Rob and Black Chyna and their relationship and her cheating and all of this stuff going on. And of course, there's this beautiful little baby that's also in the mix. And so I want to take a moment today and just address this situation because there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. So, I have to confess, I am a fan of Rob Kardashian. I thought he was the most adorable young man when that show first started. And, my heart went out to him because he was a young guy that needed his dad, and his dad wasn't around. And me being a daddy's girl, I totally understand the effect that not having a father can have on your life, regardless of whatever age you are. So unfortunately, we've seen Rob go from this adorable, slender, handsome young man to an individual with a lot of problems, depressed, borderline diabetic, maybe even going over into being a diabetic, gaining lots of weight, really just kind of losing himself. And some might say, well, that's the Kardashian curse or whatever. I don't know that there's a such thing as a Kardashian curse. What I do know is that when you live your life in a fishbowl and you're under scrutiny, public scrutiny all the time, that takes its toll on a person. And so Rob's transformation, I believe literally the weight that he was carrying, the burdens, the drama, the depression, the rejection literally just began to come out onto his body. And the weight gain that he went through is evident of the fact that this is a person who is not healthy. And so we take this person and we allow him, or he allows himself, to get into a relationship. And it's something that happens to people all the time. They enter into a sad place, and as humans, we crave relationship. We want connection, especially when we're going through it, when we feel like nobody loves us, when we feel like the people who have been closest to us have turned their back. And I'm sure many of you remember the texts and tweets and all of that was chronicled when Rob was going through his depression and when he kind of dropped out of the limelight and his family was kind of like, oh, we don't know what's going on with Rob. You know what? There was a lot going on with Rob. There are things that are going on with Rob Kardashian that he's not even aware of. And that's the unfortunate thing. So we take this individual who is clearly struggling, clearly suffering, and he himself says, oh, it's okay to get into this relationship. This person loves me. She comes in, she helps him lose weight. She motivates him. Okay. All right. But yet and still the weight may be coming off, but the weight is still there. His heart is still weighted down. His soul, everything about him is still weighted down. And so this is not a healthy person, and I really want to make sure that I'm clear about this because more so than women, I find that men will put themselves in situations that are to their detriment when it comes to a relationship. They will choose women just because the woman seems to, I'm back to my air quotes, seems to love them. And that's so unfortunate because at the end of the day, I really don't think that Rob ever knew what love is. Now that we're a little bit deep into the video, I'll go ahead and tell you that Rob Kardashian isn't a client of mine. I I wouldn't be fair to say, oh yeah, I'm a celebrity life coach. No, I'm not. Well, you know what? Yes, I am, because my clients are celebrities. They are total rock stars. And every day they come into the office and we figure out ways for them to kick butt and take names in their lives. But nevertheless, Rob Kardashian isn't my client. But he made a choice to get into a relationship with this young lady. And she has a history. She has a past. We're all aware of it. My goal for this video is not to criticize or degrade or down Chyna for who she is or who she has been. The truth of the matter is she's a human. She's made her own choices. But the challenging part is when these two people come together who are clearly struggling, who are clearly, as I like to call them, three-legged chairs. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever seen a three-legged chair, you'll realize that when you put two three-legged chairs together, they don't hold each other up. They fall in because there's just not enough support. They are literally not healthy enough to stay together. And so she's struggling, she's had her own challenges with her family, with her relationship with her child's father. She comes into this thing maybe with the best intentions, maybe not. That's subjective, but this is not about her. This is about a young man who made a choice to get into a relationship and is now suffering because of those choices. And you know what? I dare say she's suffering too, because people come into relationships because we need connection, right? We need that as humans. But some of us are just not healthy enough. We're not whole enough to have relationships with other people until we develop a great relationship with ourselves. And in the case of Rob, bless his heart, but he's in the shadow of three very famous sisters, one hugely famous sister, a family name that has good things and bad things associated with it, depending on who you talk to. And it's a lot. And I'm not excusing him because this is not the first dysfunctional relationship that Rob has been in. The unfortunate for Rob is that I believe that he feels that these relationships that he's been in will fix his situation. And that is so much of a burden to put on a relationship. That is so much to bring to the table and say, you know what, I'm not right, but I know that this relationship is going to make everything A-okay. It's not. It's absolutely not. And so if anything, if he was my client, I would recommend that we start off with a commitment of 6 sessions. Literally, we do everything in the office in packages of 3, but I definitely know that we're going to need at least 6 hours and a psychotherapist to bring this to pass, to bring this thing around. But the challenging thing with that is not only can he not fully detach from Chyna, she can't fully detach from him because they have to co-parent. And so they have now the added challenge of being co-parents that will allow this daughter of theirs to grow up and see what healthy love is like. And to me, that should be the greatest motivator for Rob to get his stuff together. Not so he can be with Chyna, but so that he can model the type of love that his daughter should be looking for as she becomes an adult. Children are not stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I said stupid, not stupid. They're not stupid. And people that stay together in these dysfunctional relationships because they have children or all these children or all these years, please know, trust, and believe that your children see that. And it puts before them that dysfunction is something that is normal. And we don't want that for our children. We want our children to be healthy, happy, and whole because the first people that they saw, the first love that they experienced was healthy, happy, and whole. It was a functional love. Yes, it may have had its flaws and it may have had its challenges, but ultimately it's a functional love. So again, I'm sitting down with Rob for 6 sessions, bringing in a psychotherapist. We're trying to get him back on a track of healthiness. We're bringing in a nutritionist if need be, if he just can't get a routine together. Right now he's in mourning. His social media, I believe, has been taken down. He's in mourning. And you have to mourn the end of a relationship. No matter how dysfunctional it was, you have to mourn the end of it. You do. I'm doing this class on Udemy called 5 Steps to Keep Your Breakup from Breaking You. It's free. Feel free. Go get it. Enroll. Tell a friend, because breakups are a part of our reality. And you're going to have a breakup. Either you're going to get left or there's going to be a death. That's the two ways. Period. So breakups are going to happen. And so even if these two reconcile down the line, there still needs to be a grieving period. He still needs to get whole and recognize what a healthy relationship looks like. She needs to do the same thing. I really hope that they don't waste this time going back and forth and bickering and trying to extract revenge on each other. This is not the time for that. There is a child's life that's hanging in the balance. And so my hope is, if you or someone you know, no, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I actually am. If you or someone you know is in a series of dysfunctional relationships, and you know that they are struggling and they're trying to use these relationships to self-medicate and to have someone demonstrate that they actually have self-value and self-worth, if you care about them, then bring that to their attention. You know, there's a litany of things that are wrong with Rob. There's a long, long list, but nothing that can't be fixed as long as he's willing. And so I'm just happy to be here and share that with you and tell you what I told Rob Kardashian. Again, this is Stephanie D. McKenzie. You can find me at The Relationship Firm at www.therelationshipfirm.com. And I hope you enjoyed the video.